The dust settles on Kishkindha's battlefield, and with it, decades of bitter animosity come to an abrupt end. King Bali lies defeated, his final moments stripping away the fierce rivalry he held against his own brother. Facing his end, Bali doesn't lash out at Ram or curse his fate. Instead, he looks directly at Sugriva and takes full responsibility for his past actions, asking his younger brother for forgiveness. But Bali still has one crucial piece of statecraft to resolve. For years, his invincibility came from a divine golden necklace gifted to him by Lord Indra. If he dies wearing it, the necklace loses its divine power, and Kishkindha loses its greatest protection. Before his breath fails, Bali physically transfers the necklace to Sugriva. This ensures the divine power remains active, and the kingdom's defenses stay intact. He then calls for his son, Angad. Bali gives him a strict final command. He must serve his uncle Sugriva with loyalty and strip away any arrogance that comes with being a royal prince. Bali closes his eyes, and the final breath leaves his body. The invincible king is gone, immediately creating a massive power vacuum and a heavy emotional void across the realm. By letting go of his pride, returning the necklace, and demanding his son's loyalty, Bali secured the succession. He ensured his fractured family would survive the days ahead united. The news reaches the palace, and Maharani Tara rushes to the battlefield. She collapses into the dirt beside her husband's body, paralyzed by grief. Overwhelmed, she turns to Lord Ram with a desperate plea. She begs him to strike her with the exact same arrow that killed Bali, seeing no reason to continue living without him. Ram listens, but he doesn't offer hollow platitudes. Instead, he addresses the root cause of her suffering, the human tendency to mistake the physical form for the actual person. The physical body is a temporary vessel assembled from 5 transient elements: earth, water, fire, sky, and wind. Inside that temporary shell resides the Jivatma, the indestructible core of the soul. No arrow can pierce it, and no fire can burn it. Ram explains to Tara that her true husband hasn't gone anywhere. The physical elements will disperse, but the immortal soul remains unaffected. The royal family proceeds to the cremation ground. Sugriva performs the final rites, igniting the wood and releasing Bali's physical form back to the elements. Ram's teaching provides a path through the grief. By detaching the identity of the leader from the physical body, the royal family finds the clarity to begin the transition of power, maintaining order during the period of mourning. Back within the palace walls, the adrenaline of the battle wears off. Sugriva is soundly crushed by the psychological weight and deep guilt of committing fratricide. He approaches Ram and refuses the throne. Sugriva declares he will flee to the forest, become an ascetic, a sannyasi, and spend the rest of his life repenting for his brother's death. Ram immediately diagnoses this sudden urge to flee. He recognizes it as a predictable psychological trap that people fall into after experiencing severe trauma. This chart shows exactly what Sugriva is feeling: Shamshan Vairagya. When humans witness death, their feeling of detachment from the world spikes dramatically, but as time passes, that feeling inevitably crashes back down to reality. Ram defines the ideal king as a ruler who stays on the throne but operates with the mindset of an ascetic, governing without personal greed, attachment, or favoritism. The logic breaks through Sugriva's guilt. He accepts the throne as his unavoidable dharma, viewing the crown as a responsibility rather than a reward. But a logistical problem arises for the coronation. Lord Ram is strictly bound by his 14-year exile vow, meaning he is legally forbidden from stepping foot inside the city limits of Kishkindha. To honor the vow, Ram stays behind and sends his brother Lakshman into the city. Lakshman officially crowns Sugriva as king and anoints Angad as the crown prince. Kishkindha finally has its king, but the search for Mata Sita is still pending. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Mythogram so you don't miss episode 40. Sugriva secures the throne by conquering his own desire to escape. True leadership requires accepting the heavy burden of duty over the selfish comfort of running away.